Bully World, what's going on? It's Henry A here with Bully Kings, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to cool your dogs down in the summer. So we'll start off with the basics, guys. There is plenty of ways to keep your dogs cool if you're going to be leaving them outside especially. Make sure that they got plenty of shade to hide from the sun. You know, they got to have some shade. For example, all my kennels, my dogs have a spot with a lot of shade where they can go hide at all day. You know, the sun rotates, so you want to make sure that they got shade all day. That's the most basic things. Another thing that helps, guys, before I show you guys this tub here is probably the best way to cool them down. You can hose them off, guys, but like I said before in other videos, if you hose your dogs off, especially with American bullies, man, if you have bullies, you know what I'm talking about. If you hose your dogs off, a lot of times they get agitated, they want to play with it, so they get excited. When they get agitated, that actually makes them hotter. So if they get hotter, you're running more risk of them overheating. So I do not like to use a water hose to hose them off. Instead, what I would do is grab a bucket and a bowl and just pour the water on their body and rub your hand on them. But now I got this tub, which is way better. But before I get into this, guys, also, apart from the shade, another thing I want to say is concrete helps, guys. Concrete helps cool your dogs down. It helps way better than the grass. Even though if they're in the shade, the concrete stays cooler than the grass. How do I know this? I actually had a dog overheating not long ago. One of my dogs, Ying, you guys might have seen her in previous videos. So Ying, man, I had her outside hanging out in the grass, and she didn't have no access to the concrete, but she had shade. And I thought she was all right, man. And next thing you know, she starts kind of like gagging, like if she's got something in her throat. And I thought she might have had a little wood chip or a rock or something in her throat. So I started checking her and I never found anything. 3 days go by and she started getting worse. And I'm like, what's going on, man? And the third day, man, she was about to die. She was like fucking crazy, just panting. Her tongue was purple, like she couldn't breathe. And those days, man, it was hot outside. It was like 90, 95 degrees. And I was like, man, I think she's overheating. So what I did, man, I got this tub. I filled it up with water. I brought her in here. I started pouring water all over her body. I try to lay her down. That way her whole body can just soak and be super cold. I cooled her off. I put some lemon in her water. I'll explain what lemon does in a little bit. I put a little bit of lemon in her mouth. And that helped her cool off. Once she cooled off, I realized what the problem was. She didn't have no access to the concrete. I thought the grass was just as cool as the concrete. But I realized that when I put her where there was concrete at, she was staying cool. When she was in the grassy area, she was getting hot. So that's how I realized that the concrete stays cooler than the grass, even if they both have shades. So I'm glad that I have the concrete. That helps, guys. So those are the things that help. Make sure they got shade. Concrete helps. It's cooler than the grass. That'll help out. If not, just bring your dogs inside, man. It's the summertime. It gets real hot out here. I recommend if it's over 85 degrees, you need to start cooling your dogs down with some water. Over 85 degrees. Normally under 80 degrees, they stay pretty all right, but still keep an eye on them, you know. 80 degrees and up, you gotta start keeping an eye on them. 90 degrees, you definitely gotta keep an eye on them. But all right, guys, this is what we got here. This is a big old tub, man. I got this at Tractor Supply for about, let me see, I got the price on here. This was $60, guys. $60, and it's a 40 gallon tub. If you got nanos and micros, this tub should do perfectly fine. It'll be more than enough. If you got pockets and XLs, they're a little bit bigger, you might need to bump it up. But this tub right here is 40 gallons for $60 at Tractor Supply. It's a rubber, it's not steel. The steel ones, they tend to get hot with the sunlight, but these rubber ones, they don't get hot, so I run with this. So what I do, guys, I bring my dog, just put him in here. I'll show you guys. So we got Draco here. Draco here. Come on. So Draco is not my dog, guys. He's one of my friend's dogs. I actually sold this dog with breeding rights because I knew he was gonna look super fire. I knew I had to use him in the future. He's a ghost black merle, ghost tribe. What I mean by that is he's a tribe, but it's not as visible, but he's a tribe. And that tribe pops up later with age. But this is what I do, guys. You just put them in here, let them cool off. Look at that. When they're not used to this, they might try to jump out the tub. You gotta get used to it. But look, it's just simple, guys. If you don't want to be pouring it, just raise the water up. The reason why I don't have it that high because I got some dogs that are a little bit shorter than he is, my nanos. So those dogs are probably it's gonna be too high for them, you know? I don't want them drowning in here either. But yeah, guys, this is what you do, man. This is the best way you can cool your dogs down. Get yourself one of these tubs and make it happen like this. Like I said, the water hose gets them agitated, man. So the best way is this. And another tip for you guys, whenever you're doing the head, be careful not to get it in the ears, man. If you do, it ain't no biggie. But try to stay away from the ears. For one, they don't like it. Be careful with their nose as well. And two, I said it before, I worked with racehorses. With racehorses, if you get water in their ears, they can't get it out because they can't shake the head as good as the dogs do, one. And two, it causes them to get infectious. So you need to be careful not to get it in their ears. Try to avoid it. You know, keep it away from their ears and be careful with their nose. That way they don't feel like they're drowning. But yeah, just ease them up into it. But this is how you do it, man. This is the best way to cool your dogs in the summer. Now, how many times do you do this? I do it about 3 times a day, guys. Depends how hot it is. Like I said, if it's over 85 degrees, that's when I start bringing them in the tub and cooling them down. Once it gets to like 90 degrees, I might be doing it 3 times a day, man. Do it as much as you have to. My dogs live outside most of the day. During the nighttime, I bring them inside the garage. I got ACs in there, so they cool down. But in the daytime, I like leaving them outside. But it will require some extra work, man. You are gonna have to come out here and start cooling them off like this. But now let me show you guys another dog. That way you guys can see what they look like. So this is a Draco, guys. That is Draco. He is a black Ghost Tri Merle. I did breed that boy, so 2 females actually. I expect to get some crazy fire at that boy. We got some super dope puppies coming. But now check this out. I'm about to bring King. So now I've got King here, guys. And I recommend when you're cooling your dogs off, start off with the ones that need it the most more. You know, how do you know which ones need it the most? Usually the dogs with the shorter snouts, they have a little bit harder time breathing. And the heavier dogs, let that airplane pass by, it's a helicopter. But the heavier dogs, guys, they usually have a harder time breathing. You know, they got a lot more weight to carry, so they have a harder time breathing. I like to cool those dogs off first, and then I go to the slimmer ones or the ones with the longer snouts. Like I said, the ones with the longer snouts are able to breathe better than the ones with the shorter snouts. So cool off the ones that need it the most first. So yeah, guys, like I was saying about the lemon, man, so whenever you do got a dog that's overheating, I'll make a full video on this on how to help dogs that are overheating. But I'll add these few tips on here just to, you guys have some tips and pointers. If you do got a dog that's overheating, man, you want to cool them down. I don't mean cool them down like throw them in an ice bucket, a bucket full of ice. You know, you don't want to shock the body like that. You also don't want to use hot water. So what you do, man, is you grab put them in some water like this. Or if you don't have access to a tub at the moment when your dog is overheating, grab a water hose, man, or just a bucket and start pouring water on them. You know, cool them off all over their body. And what the lemon's gonna do, you can use regular lemons, limes, or the one that comes in the bottle, you know, that's pre-made. Use some of that lime, open their mouth up, put it in their mouth. What that does, it gets rid of the flames. So the dog starts to make flame, like little buggers in their mouth. When they start to overheat and they can't breathe, it suffocates them. So by putting the lemon in their mouth, it's gonna help them clear up their throat. And another great tip that's gonna help you guys out is put rubbing alcohol in their body. So everybody likes to promote the green rubbing alcohol. That's cool, you can use that one. But if you do not have access to that green rubbing alcohol, use the regular rubbing alcohol. You know, that 70% isopropyl, I don't know what that says, but that rubbing alcohol. Put that all over their body. Another thing people say, man, is they said put it in their paws, put it in their armpits. Guys, your dog is fucking dying. Put that shit all over their body, man. You want to cool this motherfucker as soon as possible. So I don't know if you've ever done it. You put some rubbing alcohol in your body, what happens is your body gets cool. It cools down. You know, I've done it whenever I'm working out sometimes, and it feels great. So that's what it does. Since they got hair all over their body, they got the coat, you put the rubbing alcohol, they'll absorb it, and it'll cool them down faster. Put it all over their body. Fuck the paws, fuck their armpits, put it all over their body except their eyes, you know? But put it all over their body, guys. Like I said, your dog is fucking dying. Pour that whole shit on top of their body, put some water, put some more rubbing alcohol. You want to try and cool them down as soon as possible. And once you soak them, put them inside where the AC's at, try to cool them down as fast as possible. And another thing that's gonna help out is electrolytes. So get them some Pedialyte. Grab a syringe, put some Pedialyte in their mouth, as much as you have to, man. If you gotta do 30 cc's total, if you do not have a syringe, just grab the fucking Pedialyte, put it in their mouth. Like I said, your dog is dying, you need to help them as soon as possible. But that's how you cool your dogs down, guys, if they are overheating. But now I'm gonna put King up. I gotta do all my dogs. I got a bunch of new dogs as well, guys. I got a bunch of new females. Shout out to the people that did deals with me, man. You guys are a big blessing, man. I love y'all for that. Y'all are some real people, man. I salute y'all for that, man. And now I'm gonna go grab a game and I'm gonna show you guys how I do game. Let me just do a little bit on King's head. King used to hate it on his head, man. But now he's getting used to it. Look, you kind of just gotta ease him up into it. Sometimes they're not used to it, it scares them a little bit. But yeah, here we go, look. Now I'm gonna go get game. But this is King. So here I got game, guys. One final tip for you guys, keeping them cool and fresh during the summer, is keep their water clean, guys. Their bowls, make sure their water staying clean. Change it every day, man. It's the summertime, so you want your dog to be drinking as much water as possible. How you do that? By keeping the water clean, man. Change their water every single day. Avoid the molding. Man, I used to work with racehorses. With racehorses, man, you want to make sure they're staying hydrated because they're out running and training every single day. So one thing I noticed, guys, is if you do not change the water every day, 24 hours, if the water's not sealed, the water goes bad. So it expires and it starts to get green and mold on the bowl or the bucket, wherever you got the water at. So if it starts to mold, they will not drink it, guys. They will if they have to. You're not giving them any clean water. You're pretty much forcing them. But if you change the water and clean their bowls or buckets every single day, they're gonna be drinking a lot more water and staying hydrated. So make sure you're giving them clean water. If you care about your dogs, this is for all dog owners in general, not just bullies, man. If you're out here in the summer, you got your dogs out here, clean their water bowls, man. I got like, I don't know, I think I got like 11 dogs right now. I come out here and I clean all their bowls every single day, give them fresh water every single day. Mainly in the summertime. Like I said, man, you want to make sure they're drinking plenty of water, and by giving them fresh water every day, wash them. As soon as you change the water and put them in the new water, they'll go drink some of that fresh water. After 24 hours, the water goes bad. But yeah, the water goes bad after 24 hours, man, so make sure you're changing the water, man. That's going to help keep them down and hydrated, keep them cool and hydrated. But that is it for today, guys. That's all I got for you guys. I hope this video helps you guys out. This is the best way you can do it, man. It's better than the water hose. Like I said, you can avoid the water hose, man. That's gonna teach them bad habits. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna wanna play with it. It's gonna get them agitated. It's gonna get them even hotter. So if you ask me, this is the best way to do it, man. Get yourself a bucket and a tub and put some water in here, cool them off like this. I hope this video helps you guys out. This is Bully Kings. If you guys got any questions, comments, or ideas, put them down in the comment section. And yeah, just holler at me, man. I got my studs. I've got Game. I've got King Yeezy. Game's trying to run away already. I've got King Yeezy. And my little boy Draco. You guys want access to Draco, man, holler at me and we can work something out with my partner. And yeah, man, Bully Kings, we're out, baby.